Hello, good morning, afternoon, evening, night. The green looking bright. Loving it, we're loving it. A lot of late night decisions we made yesterday. And holds from this week that are just turning out absolutely impeccable. I've been warning everybody that it looks a lot like the 10th this week. And warned that it would be probably prudent to hold. So we have been selling off. I just did about a 30-minute video and it was muted again. This is a frequent occurrence, but that's on me. So we bought a bunch of stuff last night. Let's see, the 23rd. Yeah. So last we left off on the daily report. I believe we had CCCX. So we picked up iron, gold, NBIS, Nebius, Intel, gold. Gold dipped. We actually sold our gold yesterday at like 181, 381. We were down like $2, but it freed up $9,000. So with the $9,000, I put the $9,000 into all stuff that was destined for good things today. And the only thing that we've been wrong about, I mean, this is all green here, guys. It's an all green day. The only red you're seeing is because I was in on this down a little bit. So Intel, our only real loss today, and Novo Nordisk, Novordisk, whatever the hell they're called. Novo Nordisk. I mean, they're making Nordic discs out there. So, you know, this is what the Saga is about, guys. It's about trading, versatile trading, versus holding. There's so many people out there that are just like, holding is the way to go. It's so safe. You won't lose your money. 90% of day traders lose their money. It's like, yeah, but also doing one thing is not the best. If you've got a toolbox and you're only looking at the top drawer as the things at your disposal, I don't necessarily think that's the best thing for any type of professional using their tools to have a mindset of. So this Saga is a clear demonstration of why every tool in your box should be used. I don't even know all the damn tools, but I'm using every single thing at my disposal. There's long, there's short. I wish I knew options. We're not doing anything with options. I barely understand options for the most part, even though it's something my father trades pretty frequently. I've never dabbled enough to confidently work with that right now. We're getting there. But anyway, point being is that I've always been a holder. Now we're much bolder. I don't like holding because, sure, you look at this and you go, okay, I bought it here. I'm up here. Sweet. Yeah, that's nice. But look at how many times in your pursuit from the bottom to the top that you had days where it dipped huge like this. So here I am. I hold. But I see something like this, I'm out. Some point in here. I'm out. Then I get back in. As soon as this starts to stabilize, I'm back in. So now, do that the whole time that this went up to that point. The person who's trading in and out of these dips, these tips and dips, they're doing better than somebody that just got in at the bottom and held the whole time. Because your money is locked up. This dip right here, your money's locked up. All that money you put in is just sitting there. You're not trading it. Me, even if I'm still up at this point, well, anyway, point being, I would prefer just like today. Today, we got rid of gold. Last night, overnight. And we used the 9,000 to make probably like 500-600 of this today. Meanwhile, gold, I got back in lower than I sold it at, and we still have it. So, my conviction is to the stocks in that sense. I have favorites, but I trade my favorites. I keep an eye on them. I pay attention to them. I give them love when they need it, and I let go of them when they need it as well. So, that is how I think a relationship with the market should be. It's not for everybody. Everybody has their way to do things. But anyway, that's my way. Because I was a holder until a few years of holding almost the same things just netted me deep. Not good. Where I had to climb out of this hole that I was good with for so long. It almost reminds me of people who think they have a stable career and they only did one thing their whole life and they think that that's safe. I'm working in accounting, you know, I'm doing something that has a high demand, but it's a low ceiling, to be quite honest. Anyway, point being, the point being, I don't want to end up back where I was before. So I feel like fate is more in my own hands, and I can control the flow of money coming in or out of my account. Profits and losses. I can control the profits and the losses. Right now, everything starts to tank today. At least I took control of half of that. We're only going to lose half compared to what we would have lost. So, back to what I was doing. In my other video, I was just trimming off almost every one of my positions because we were at the tips here. For most of these, we were what I would dub as the tip of the spear. So we were just pulling out. Serve, we're still down on. Don't know if I want to risk holding all of it. I think just like everything else, we sell off a little more than half. And we leave the rest for the birds. 22. Okay. Get rid of it. Take it to the birds. Alright, cool. So we got that lower. See? Things work out. Things work out. We still got over 1,200 of it. And that's another thing we were doing. I did not have serve at this price. I had serve like up here. So that's what having capital allows you to do. You know, you're going down, but you can keep buying in as it goes down. I moved my average all the way down to a decent spot to get back out of. That's ultimately your objective when you're down. If you didn't pull out early enough, then hang around, buy it when it's super far down. You'll bring your cost basis lower, your cost average, and then you could bring it to a place where you can actually safely get the hell out of. It will hold and get out of. Because that's pointless to hold when you might not come back from the hold. You might just get stuck in the hole. So, yeah, I don't know. Do your due diligence. Maybe we want to take a little more out of serve. Being that that's... I mean, I love serve. I think it's going places. We got it at a great price down here. So, yeah. I'm going to hold what I got. Most of these I wanted to hold. It's just... I went from having 28K. We went down to 23 this week. So I'm happy being back at 27, and I'm not going to be foolish again. When you feel greedy, you gotta sell. If you're not selling at least some of your stuff, you're definitely a little misguided. Rocket Lab. This was the stock my brother, he bought it $4. Thousands. Well, thousands. $4. Somehow did not have enough breath to tell me why he spent that money when he did. But he didn't tell me. He told me when it was at 15. So anyway. And I still didn't buy it because I'm like, well, what the hell? I don't know, dude. Well, why'd you get it? You know? I'm not going to just buy a stock because you told me that you made a ton of money on it. But he's holding. He's holding. So, good for him, right? But you know, I don't know how much he's made. You know, $4, 1,000 of them. You can imagine that it's a lot more than this, but that's all right. It's all right. It's kind of almost a gauge I can use If I manage to beat out my brother, then I guess that would verifiably say that long holding. Anyway, I'm trying to create a thesis here. Trying to create a thesis. These are all points of contention among the thesis. And yeah, we'll see where they go. Rocket Lab, we're not looking at it. We're too busy talking over here. Also, I would really love to know what you guys prefer. If you prefer 20, 30-minute videos or 10, 20-minute videos, you know? Let me know what you're liking and what works better for you guys. Because I'm impartial. I could do both. Either is fine. Long form gives me a little bit more ability to have some more scatter thoughts and just give it to you as we're doing it here. But yeah, I did explain what happened with gold. I do contest. We sold it at like 380. 381, we lost $2 yesterday, but we freed up $9,000. And that $9,000 is probably making us like $500-600 today. So that is why I don't like to hold when stuff is not moving, because that is money that can be moving in a positive direction. And then like gold, I sold it. I made a bunch of money on these. I realized I had a little bit left, or I got into a bunch of more positions I wanted to. I seen I had some money left over, and then gold was at 374. So I sold my gold that I wanted to hold, yeah, but I was able to get back in at a lower price. I redistributed the money to make more money while this was doing nothing but going down, and then I re-entered. So that's why I feel like having a versatile toolkit and using all of your toolkit is really what you want to do on the market. You do not want to just be like, I have one strategy or I do one thing. It's good to be specialized, but you do want to be able to pivot. You want to have versatility. And I don't think any professional would look at a toolbox and say, I'm only going to use the top shelf. I'm only going to use this one tool. I don't know if they would ever do that and be correct about that. I do not believe in absolutes, and I think that the market is the same way. You have to, not that you have to change, but the market is going to change, and therefore your reaction to it must change. You can hold through everything, sure, but you know how much more money there is to be made instead of just holding this. This is not a straight line, my friends. This goes up and down the whole way. So there is so many more profits to be made. You can lose a lot as well, but and my point is that there's more options. I don't even use options, and we're creating this level of wealth with very little, very little. This year to date is about half the account value. So we were not working with very much, especially a year or two ago. But this is the strategy that's been pulling out for me in droves. Now, overall, while talking, we're down about 250 from the top. So I think we were wise to start clipping things out, especially because I gotta go get back to my joint and Roth accounts. Start clipping things out of there. Rocket Lab. I'm still gonna get rid of it. Although, what are we in at? 64? Yeah, we're up too high on that. But it's probably... that was probably the lowest it's gonna get, unless we get another hard hit. 65 is still kind of good. 66, where we got it? 66. But yeah, let me take less of these. Go with less. Less is more. 519, we'll take a little bit of losses because we can afford that. Whoa, 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 she's going up quick. Do we get rid of it? Do we hold? We're 94, we could do 95. 6491 89. It's always got to do that, right? When you're like limiting, when you're limit trading in the middle of volatility, it's like it almost always drops below what you set it at. Could leave it at 95. Yeah, exactly. Alright, didn't move too much. USAR. How is antimony doing? Forget if I got into this. Yeah, I did. Not that much. I only had a little bit to put in. Thank God. Thank God for that one. Things work out. 25, 20. We'll leave 20. 24, 39. Or do we just hold on to this? What is it? 1,000? I don't like holding thousands. Not when I'm not sure. We got too much profits on the line. 2480, 2484. Market. Go for it. Okay. See, that's what I like. That's what I like too about selling off a little bit. Usually I'm cost basising as our prices drop. Now, a lot of these, I was not even anywhere near the bottom. A lot of these that we're up on, I kept buying as it went down. I found the money. I moved things around to make sure I had money to keep buying as these went down. And I cost averaged myself much lower to a place that I could actually get out of. Like, you want to hold stuff when you know you can recover from it. If you cannot recover from that, then I would not keep holding. And I was also curious with these recordings, if you guys would prefer me to have a webcam on, because usually I'm streaming with a webcam, but I just didn't feel like it was too pertinent to what we're doing, down here. NEE, you're not doing anything. 1034. It's unfortunate that first video is a little more enthusiastic, so I apologize that we're not at the same level. What? 11 is how much? Fucking 1700? Alright. Alright, Chief. Alright, Chief. Take a little bit of losses, that's fine with me. BWXT. Yeah, get rid of 3 of them. You know, are we safe? Are we safe for the most part? Let's see what we got. Any positions over 1,000? Other than my ETFs, let's see. ETFs, we still got serve. Serve is up. Serve is up. Time to sell it. Oh, no. We sold half of it. That's why we're up. We sold half. That's why. Okay. So serve over 1,000, I think is cool. Is it? Is it? It's not a bad price, but 1,000, I think we gotta get rid of another half. Another half. Should we get rid of 40? We'll get rid of 40 and leave 50. 22. We're up even bigger. The average is even lower, so sweet. We're only left with our oldest lots first. So now that we're well trimmed, CMP, another late night buy last night. CMP, what do you see in me? Go with 30 out. Take them away. Yo, you trying to F me in the A on the market there? Always, that's what the market is for. 1832. Now, you might be like, why am I getting rid of stuff when some of these indicators might not even indicate that it's going down? That's because volatility, every single one of these stocks is very volatile. And what you are reading on the charts does not mean diddly squat for the most part. When the volume is super high like this, and you don't know what news is literally going to come out in 5 minutes, yeah, take me out. I don't like the uncertainty. We've had way too much stress this month. Way too much stress. So I'm playing much safer. You want to tell me about holding, how safe it is? How about you just sell when you're up and get back in when you're down? How about that? That's the safest thing you could do. Period. Now this one, even though we're down, we're going to come back to it and we're going to get rid of some of this. I don't really know BWXT. I forget what it's about. That's a newer pickup. My conviction, a lot lower. We had 202.17, 218. Dollars? No, thank you. 2209. Robinhood, please just put the damn mark here so I can just click the mark. The last traded price, like, please. It's very annoying that you want me to manually do this in the middle of like super crazy markets. Make a mistake. Super easy to make a mistake like that. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Okay, now we can finally flip. That's the funny thing. Now I gotta go do this in my other two accounts, which I'm not gonna bore you guys with that, but we can drop by the stonks. This is where we left off. Some of this is not even correct. I think it was more like ended 17 and then continued to today. So, yeah, we left out a few. There was like 3 more that we're gonna have to put on here. Gold, NNE, I don't know. Forget what it is. But yeah, we sold gold, we bought gold, NNE, there was something else. There's a bunch of stuff going on. A little bit crazy. CCCX. So we got iron, we got gold, we got Nebius. Yep. This was all overnight. We bought Intel. Intel's not doing too well, but that's okay. That's alright. Maybe we even want to sell half of Intel today. But there's no real reason. Oh yeah, that's right. Intel popped like wild overnight. And then, yeah, see? 3, 4, 5. And that was it. That was it, man. She tanked. She tanked, dipped down and up super quick on that. I couldn't believe it, so whatever. We were at the top of the pile there. Look at that bag I'm holding on that one. That's crazy. What a bag he's holding. That's alright. I'll wait for it to go down equal and then I'll just buy it and then we'll be right in the middle. So that's the way we do that one. But it is $1,000, right? Do I want to... You think Intel? That's a good point. 39.63 in the middle there. While it's up, I'm going to take back a little bit here. I think I'm going to take back most of it, actually. Because I don't like that. That's way too high. Yeah, it's way too high. And then when it goes down, being that we only have whatever, we can cost average that down safely. Sound. Oh, power. Pure. This is another one we might get rid of. completely, actually. Yeah, just get rid of all of it. Get rid of all of it. I got into this one, Lord knows why. What the hell are we at? 44256? Robinhood, just give me the damn. Four, 4, 2, 5, 6. What? Is that not what? Why are you telling me 44256? 4444? What? Now that one is going up? I'll sell one of them. Sell one of them, mark it, get me the hell out of here. There you go. I'm totally happy with holding something I'm not sure of in the amount of like 500 to 1,000. UAMY, we got rid of this one. Nope, we just bought it. 1180, 1185, UAMY. We thought this was gonna pop today. United States antimony, baby. But it still could. Yeah, there's a lot of coiled up tension here. Alright, we leave UAMY. And we're gonna bugger off. We've got more stuff to check out. Everything here is, except for that. That's okay. We can hold all that stuff. Alright, fellas, I'm gonna check out the joint and the Roth, and then after that we'll be dipping out here. We don't want to take too long. We want to just make sure we're getting along. This is another situation. Pretty much bought everything last night. Everything last night. Say 80% of these were from last night. Serve, we're not holding much. LAC, not holding much of much, but this is the joint. That means 500 is 10% actually. So these are $1,000 bets, but these are cool. Said G. SMR. Oh, how the hell are we down so much? What the hell did I get SMR at here? Said G, get rid of me. How many do we have if we leave 3? Alright, so we leave 3. Leave 3. Alright, anyway guys, I will not bore you, but we're going to look to do the same thing in the joint and the Roth right now. So we hope you're doing well in your market adventures. May your troubles be less and your blessings be more. Nothing but happiness come straight through your door. Take care, my friends.